Hello, it is I. Drewski. Miss Santana, Danny. Ooh. Miss Santana. How you doing, baby? How you doing? Ooh, Jiren. Uh. Maria, how y'all doing? Y'all notice anything? Notice anything different? Notice anything different? Mama washed her hair. I did. I woke up this morning and I washed my hair. Yes, I did. Ain't you proud? Okay. Red emoji in the chat if you're proud. Red emojis for mama. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, that's Val. What's going on, baby? Let's see. Mm, okay. Oh, nope. Two. Red emojis in the chat. Red emojis in the chat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see. Okay. Got that. Got one of those. And that sweet is fine. Big Mitch. Oh, your new job is at night, so I won't be in the chat driving safely. I know that's right. Safety first. Safety first. Safety first. Ooh-doo-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yes, honey. Big Mitch gonna be driving, honey. Gonna be driving. Yeah. Yes, honey. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know, what they say, what's the thing? Is it maybe that's it, safety first. Is that what it is? Yeah, safety first. That's what safety first. Safety first. Safety first. Reckless second. Let's see. We're gonna do this. Copy. Okay. Put that right there, like so. Paste, boom, pow. Ooh. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? How's it going? What's popping? I thought we would, because I have a habit of not following through with things. It's just a thing about me. It's a thing I do. It's terrible. But I wanted to close this thing out. So we're going to watch this closing statement. Oh, and the closing argument like type thing where it's just like a quick, they're each going to speak. And then there's been something that came out about this judge in this case. I'll tell you guys about it while I do my slow stuff. So one of the jurors has, so one of the jurors has apparently come out and said that the judge, after they came up with the, that they dismissed them all and decided they weren't going to give these weirdo cops nothing. Okay. The deliverance wasn't getting paid. Once that happened, the judge goes in there and talks to them, to the jurors, and asks them what was the thing that got them hung up. Basically, like implying that his expectation was that they would, like decide against him and, and that these people were going to get this money. And so in his mind, like, he's like, what was the thing that hung y'all up? Like, Like there was one thing that he thinks that was the reason why they didn't do it or something. Like he thinks they were confused by something is the reason why. And it was like it I was like, oh my God, that's weird as shit. Like, why would he? He's not even supposed to give a shit. Hey, Julian. I thought that was hella sketch, but I knew it. I already knew because it was obvious. It was obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, I don't know. Look, with a sign in front of his on his desk talking about some truth. Look at this thing. He got this sign sitting in front of it under his monitor. Look at it. This little thing right here. Look at this. It say truth. People will lie to you right in your face. You hear me? They will lie to you right in your face. Okay. They will piss on you and tell you that it's raining. Let's see. Copy. Paste. That. Oh, I did that already. I just didn't pin it. Okay. Okay, pin it. Okay. All right, let's skip up to okay.
That actually was about 45 minutes, so I didn't gauge my time very well. But
Yeah,
thank
Michael,
you for your
I
patience.
agree.
We are moving ahead, as you know, so most people don't growl about that, but I try to at least respect your time and tell you what we're doing. We made it through like the corrections to the jury instructions. Like I've been trying to educate you all the way through. The jury instructions are the textbook at the end. So the lawyers had a chance to drill those down. As I said before, closing arguments are the attorney's argument about what they think the evidence means and how you should do whatever it is they think you should do.
Mm-hmm.
So they go first, Mr. Klingler, then Mr. Osborne, then Mr. Klingler. There's like a total of 35 minutes. So I'm going to think 20, 35, 15.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Klingler can kind of manipulate his time depending on how he wants to do it. So in an hour, you'll be talking to me for about 30 minutes of instructions before you start your deliberations. That's what's ahead of you. If you take notes, just write down argument, not evidence. Go ahead, Mr. Klingler.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear this lame story this man got to tell us. Let's hear about it. Tell us what you think matters. Funny, sir. Benjamin. Look, Benjamin, I washed my hair.
Morning, folks. When this trial started, I told you it was about intentional lies that are designed to hurt people.
I washed my hair. Oh, see,
It's not about freedom of speech.
Mama washed her hair.
It's about defamation.
It's free.
It's about false light defamation, intentional lies designed to hurt people.
Nah, I'm not watching the verses, but I did catch some of it though. Who you got? Who you got? Who did you vote for? I picked Tank. When I picked it, it was like 3,000 votes already in, and it was literally 50-50. That's how awesome both of them are. That it's like it's kind of like whichever. But I went for Tank because I've spent more of my life listening to his songs. I've listened to Tank is it. You know what I'm saying? Like Tank is it, honey. I go for Tank. I'm picking Tank. I love both, but I'm gonna go with Tank 100%. You know what I'm saying?
You've heard all the evidence.
Yeah,
You've
Mama
seen the
washed
witnesses.
it. She washed it.
I'm not going to go over it. But I will say a few things to underscore what I think is most important for you to keep in mind as this case is turned over to you.
Yeah, tell us about it.
From me, from the plaintiffs to you. Mr. Foreman perpetuated lies intentionally, repeatedly, over 3.5 years
What?
on the internet about these 7 brave deputy sheriffs who've lived in this county for years, risked their lives for this county for years,
What?
done their job, been in the community for many, many years.
In the community?
Mr. Foreman did it intentionally.
No.
Mr. Foreman knew that what he posted on the internet were lies. He knew there was no theft. He knew there was no sex with Randy Walters' wife. And he certainly knew all of the stuff he's repeatedly posted about Lisa Phillips up until Friday and probably later.
You don't know
were
what he
lies,
knows,
too.
sir. You don't know.
What are we going to do about that? Mr. Foreman told
Not what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? You guys and us against him. What are we going to do about that? We, you and me, we. Like, he perpetuated all this stuff. Like, all we did was break in his house, fuck his door up, tell him to go fuck himself when he asked about us fixing the door. Take his money, admittedly lose some of it, and then tell me to go fuck myself when I ask for it back, and then and then he just like made funny songs about us. This is unacceptable behavior. What are we gonna do about this? You know what, sir?
you from the witness stand,
The
there's
like button for mama.
nothing we can do to stop him because he has freedom of speech
That's right. There you go.
to lie about people intentionally.
Well, y'all lied about him. Y'all lied about him to bust up in his house, talking about he got some people trapped in a dungeon. You could have checked. Are you telling me that y'all couldn't check and see if he had a basement? I'm pretty sure that you could check like the history of like the houses and stuff in the area, and you could tell if a house has a basement. Y'all couldn't check that? Y'all just assume he had a basement? Is that what happened? Ain't that some shit? Well, y'all could make up some shit, some excuses to go up in his house though. Oh my God, it's the entitlement for me. Look at his face. Heaven forbid somebody bust up in his motherfucking house though, talking about we heard you had a sex dungeon. We heard you had a sex dungeon in here, so we kicking in your door. I ain't gotta tell you who said it. I'm just telling you that that's what we know we heard. So now we're gonna knock over all your stuff, and then we're gonna tell you to go fuck yourself, sir. Okay? When you ask us to fix the door. But that would never happen to you, would it, sir? That you can't even fathom that being something that would happen to you.
During jury selection, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you all agreed that it's not okay to tell an intentional lie about someone that hurts them. We all agreed.
Who's that? Who said that?
And the judge is going to tell you that in the law that he gives you.
When did y'all all agree?
So Mr. Foreman is legally wrong.
He's making that shit up.
When he says he has free speech to tell harmful lies about people and get away with it. That's just legally wrong. You also told me in jury selection that even if somebody does something to you that hurts you, that you think is wrong, like a search warrant execution that you think was unfair, even if somebody does that to you, you told me, we all agreed, that doesn't justify telling intentional lies designed to hurt people.
That's right. That does not justify that. Ooh.
That's what you think. That's what the community thinks. It's what decent people think. But Mr. Foreman thinks it's okay to do what he's done over 3.5 years because they executed a search warrant that broke down his door and disconnected his cameras. You heard from the witness stand from Mr. Foreman the callous indifference that he showed to what he's done, the harm he's done.
Ain't that something? That shit is hilarious, bro. How you say that with a straight face? All they did was break in his house, steal his shit, and bust his door. Like literally take the door off the motherfucking hinges. Like that's all they did was rummage through his CD collection. That's all they did. And he thinks it's okay to say not nice things about them. And then to open his mouth and say, "This is about money, isn't it, sir?" While they try to sue him for $5 million. You know what, sir? Go fuck yourself, okay? Their incompetent asses were never going to make that much money. Ain't no way in the world, okay? They didn't get fired or nothing. They lost nothing from this.
It's imprinted in your minds, I'm sure, like it is in mine.
Oh, you think so?
The tears, the agony
Oh, yeah, the tears.
from some of these witnesses. Don't forget that when you're back in the jury room.
You don't forget about the
That's
agony.
what this case is about.
You got to remember the agony. Don't you dare forget about that agony, okay?
You are here
Tell me why I'm here,
because
sir.
you agreed to be here. You showed up on the first day. Not everybody does. A lot of people don't respond to their summons. You did.
What do you mean people don't respond to their summons? Don't you go to jail if you don't respond to your summons?
I asked you, do you want to be on this jury?
You want to be on top?
And you all said, yes, I agreed to be on this jury.
I agreed.
You're all here now in this place, in this courtroom, for a reason.
For what?
And I believe there's a power higher than us that brought you here today to do this job, and that you are the chosen people to do it. Nobody else is going to do it.
You've been chosen.
There's not going to be another trial. There's not going to be a second chance. This is the day to decide.
You sure? I heard something about y'all appealing it. Them trying to appeal it. I heard something about that.
Whether Mr. Foreman gets away with what he's done and whether these plaintiffs deserve something to make up for what they've been through.
Oh, yeah, to make up for it.
And whether the community is told that what he did is unacceptable. It's not okay. We talked about different kinds of damages. There's not going to be...
I need you to think for a second what this would have meant if he had lost. This is the police being held accountable with nothing but words, right? They do something shitty, and then the people have the right to complain and say things about them, right? If it's a joke, clearly, and it clearly jokes, you don't even have the right to like say anything to them when they do something shitty. They can sue you. Imagine the like what comes behind that officer does something horrible to you, then you complain about them, because you know they always take it to the motherfucking limit. So he wrote songs and made money, but if they won that, you think they wouldn't have just done this if somebody just even says anything about them after that? They'd be like, I'm gonna sue you. And then now people can't even complain about the behavior of law enforcement. they can't even complain about it. This was a big fucking deal. Him winning this case.
Economic damages in this case. There's no doctor bills. There's no damaged property.
Exactly. Nobody lost a job.
There's
nothing.
damage to reputation.
Damage to his
There's
door.
pain and
his
suffering.
door.
There's public humiliation.
He got damage. You looking for somebody with some damage? He got some. His door got fucked up. His money, he still never got all of his money back.
Everything you saw and heard from these detectives from the witness stand.
Tell me about it.
And the only thing you can do as a jury to decide this case is to render a verdict of money that somehow stands in, somehow represents the harm that these deputy sheriffs have been put through over 3.5 years.
No, now what they should have done was they should have been like, yeah, we wanted them to pay. And by him, I mean the police officers. We want the police officers to pay this man for all that stuff they did.
That's all you can do. You can't issue an order that says stop. You can't issue an order that says, say you're sorry. All you can do is issue a verdict for an amount that fairly stands in, represents what they've been through, what they've lost.
There's some yellow emojis in the chat. This chat ain't moving at all.
No one else is going to do it. The judge isn't going to do it. Court of Appeals isn't going to do it. It's your job. And you're the people meant to do it.
I wonder what percentage of that would the lawyers have gotten.
Now, I told you in jury selection, if we got to this point, I'd try to give you some ideas about how to evaluate what kind of verdict might make sense in this case. I told you then, and I'll tell you now, there's no formula. There's no easy answer, but there is an answer. And it's the answer that you folks decide among yourselves fairly represents the injuries that these deputies have suffered. And I'll start by posing this question. Do you think that if there had been an advertisement in some newspaper that said, we will give you $2 million if you are willing to go through what Lisa Phillips has been through for the last 3.5 years? Would you take that deal? Do you think she would have taken that deal? Yeah, $2 million, that's maybe I'll go through that. Of course not. Do you think Randy Walters? Do you think Brian Newland? Do you think any of these deputies would have accepted some amount of money in order to go through, in exchange for going through what they've been through? I don't think so. And I think nothing is worth going through what they've been through. And of course,
it's a hard sell, ain't it? I mean, after what they have gone through, I mean, look at this poor woman. She had to cry for like 10 minutes. I mean, Jesus, like I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It's hard being held accountable for my actions. I mean, it's tough. Not everybody can handle that. takes a strong asshole, you know. How about she stop touching people's fucking cameras? How about that? Why would she explain to me, sir? Why? Look at his face. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Sir, why don't you explain to me why she turned that camera off? Sir, can you explain to me why she turned his camera off? Like, what part of the law was that? What part of it? Y'all, let me know what percentage of that 5 million or whatever they was trying to get. What percentage of that do y'all think the lawyer was supposed to get? Okay. How much I'm thinking 70%. I think this lawyer was planning to get 70%. This is what it looked like to me.
He says he's not going to stop. He says nothing
He don't
can
need to
stop
stop.
him. Maybe something can stop him if you tell him through your verdict that he needs to stop.
Yeah, that's a no. That's gonna be a negative. That's gonna be a hell no to the no, hell to the no.
I'm going to tell you what I believe is a fair verdict for these plaintiffs.
Let's hear about it. What do you think,
and
sir?
it's up to you, of course, again, to make the decision. But I would ask you, I'm going to ask you, and there's a verdict form, which, excuse me 1 minute.
Hell no to
Folks,
the no.
I'm going to show you these forms that you're going to be filling out, just so you're familiar with them. This is just an example. You're going to have a different form for each of these plaintiffs. Okay, this one happens to be
what you got?
A verdict form for Lisa Phillips. And I believe the evidence is overwhelming that you'll find in favor of Lisa Phillips. This happens to be her false light claim. There's a separate claim for defamation, a separate form for defamation, and you'll see the jury instructions. Judge Hine has already talked some about that with you.
What the fuck is a false light?
This is just an example of the verdict form that I'm going to ask you all to sign in favor of Lisa Phillips and all of the plaintiffs on their false light and their defamation claim. Now,
what is false light? I don't know what false light is.
There's another form called an interrogatory. And I'm just showing you Lisa Phillips's form.
Tort involving the public.
And it says, we the jury find damages for plaintiff as follows. And then it gives a little description of the kind of damages.
Okay.
And there's a line for your decision, and there's signature lines for each of you to sign. For Lisa Phillips, I'm not going to show you every form. For Lisa Phillips, folks, I'm asking you to put $1.5 million in that verdict form. 1.5 million.
He said, I need for you to put 1.5 in hers alone. because hers is the most important. Hers was the biggest. Hers was her fault. Because why you touching that fucking camera? She herself, she cried. She cried those tears. And those tears are expensive. How expensive? $1.2 million. The $1.5 million. That's how. Oh yeah, I know. I made a video about it. I just posted it. It's been up for like 2 hours. I already made a video about that. Yeah, Tiffany's daddy got shot in the alley, apparently. Got shot in the neck in an alley. I don't know what the specifics are. I mean, last I heard, he was alive. But Tiffany has taken this as a thing to basically call on Trump to call on the people to basically have Trump bring the military into Chicago because that's going to help, apparently. She's taking this opportunity to say because he got shot that it's terrible here, even though she ain't even there no more. Keep in mind, she's in Atlanta now. Yeah, but I got a video up, you know what I'm saying, right now. You can go and do that thing for me. Why don't y'all go hype that video real quick for me? I just posted it 2 hours ago with that. And go hit that hype button. Everybody go hit the hype button. You know what I'm saying? Blow it up.
$1 million for Lisa Phillips from what she's been through for 3.5 years. Maybe going through for who knows how long. For Brian Newland, I'm asking you to issue a verdict for $1 million.
For what?
For what he's been through with his family, the loss of his dream job here in Adams County. For Randy Walters.
Wait, what Randy want?
I'm asking you for a verdict of $1 million.
Oh wow, okay, 1 million. Oh,
For
that's
what
all.
he's
Let me
been
check my
through
pockets real quick. See if I got $1
with the
million for Randy.
allegations and vile video.
All right, look. Let's everybody to get your hands in your pockets. Okay, we need to pull out $1 million for Randy. Okay, Randy need that $1 million. Okay, he's distraught. He can't believe his eyes and his ears, and he gonna need some compensation. So let's all dig in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? See if I can't pull something out of my ass here. Nope, nothing in there. Randy, go fuck yourself. You ain't getting shit. Ooh. How funny is it that he's telling them exactly how much he wants to give to everybody? This is what you need to put on this one. Remember this number. For that one, that's going to be $1 million. Oh, him? Oh, he's $1 million distraught. He's $1 million worth of distraughtness. I'm $1 million distraught. Can I get $1 million? Man, I'll be tucked away so bad. If I gave me $1 million, I'd be tucked away. I would be tucked away. You hear me? It'd be so hard to get me out of the house. I would not leave my house. I would never leave my house. I would never leave my house, okay? I'd get myself a tiny little townhouse with no HOA. And I would never come outside, okay? Would never come outside. Ooh.
About his wife. For the other 4
what they want?
plaintiffs,
what the other 4 need? Check my
Sean
pockets.
Grooms, Sean Cooley, Justin Cooley, and Mike Estep. I'm asking you for a total for all 4 of them of $400,000 divided among them however you see fit.
Oh, that's it? Oh, well, that's a steal. Oh, okay, 400,000. That's all for the 4 of them. Oh, yeah. Let me check my other jacket. I think I got a couple dollars in my other jacket for the Newland or whatever the fuck his name was. Let me just check and see. Ooh, I think I left it in the jacket with my fucks in it that I don't give. I don't give a fuck. No, I don't. Hey, Marilyn, look. Look, Marilyn. Mama washed her hair. Mama washed her hair finally. Oh, she ain't all. Ooh, it felt so funny. It felt like somebody threw a bottle of like a jar of wax at me. It was on my hair. Like it. I washed my hair. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I feel so free. Wee. Erica Fine, what's up, baby? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Based on their testimony.
It's a like bouton for mama. Look at this. They done broke it. Think about this. They done broke into this man's house, stole his money, broke his fucking door, told him to go fuck himself when he said, y'all gonna fix this door or what? And now they feel now they're like, you did all this. You wrote these songs and stuff. You did all this just for money, didn't you? And then he stand up here with a straight fucking face, okay, and saying, okay, this person would like $1 million, a cool million. They're $1 million worth of stressed out. Okay, they need, and this one, I'll need this one right here. Oh yeah, just 1.5 million. Yeah, and then these four here, we just all we asking for is 400,000. This man whose money we already stole, we ask him for just 400,000. That's for the whole four of them, and you can decide how to divvy that up. He's standing in front of this man while he's saying this man whose money he still ain't got all his money back. And they in here plotting to get his money. They getting dressed every morning to show up for this here meeting to try to get his money. Ain't that about a bitch? That is the audacity for me. This is quite ostentatious. This is super ostentatious. The audacity is palpable.
You, of course, can award less. You can issue a verdict for more.
Yeah, you can do more if you want.
What I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's all he asking for. You can do more if you want to. If you feel like it should
say
be,
in your verdict form based on this testimony.
They thought they had it in a bag, honey.
Let me close my remarks by
what you gonna do? What you gonna
looking
say?
into the future here.
Uh-huh.
And looking at the future, if there's a verdict for the plaintiffs.
There you go.
And you award the plaintiffs a fair amount.
Okay, or they ain't getting shit, but okay.
What happens? The plaintiffs are vindicated.
Yeah, no.
The court of public opinion out there, the press, which I know you haven't been looking at, they don't know the facts. You know the facts. And a verdict for the plaintiff will say they were wronged, he was wrong. A verdict for the plaintiffs will make up in some way for what they've been through. A verdict for the plaintiffs will.
Yes, Erica, I'm aware. I'm aware. I already made a video about it. I already posted the video. I asked y'all to go and hype the video up. So yes, I'm aware that Tiffany's father was pew-pewed. Yes. I'm aware. I posted a video an hour and a half ago. Feel free to go hype it up.
Say that we don't condone, we don't approve. You can't.
No, he not dead. He didn't die. Well, not last I heard. Last I heard, he's still alive. Condolences is, do you say condolences when somebody's just sick or something too? Or do you say condolences only when somebody die? Big Mitch, does condolences count for when you like, when you're like in the hospital or whatever, but you're not dead? Or is condolences only if you're dead? Like, when do you say condolences? I think if I knew the root word, I think I would know it better. Oh, yeah, too soon. Too soon, Big man. Too soon. Too soon. He still, I think he might still be with us at this very moment. You know what I'm saying?
Get away with what Mr. Foreman's done. Not in this community, not in this country. That's not freedom of speech where we live. That's what a verdict for the plaintiffs will say. Let's look at another possible future if there were to be a verdict for the defendant, or if there were to be a verdict with a small amount of money attached to it.
Yeah. How
In
about
that
nothing?
case, in that world, in that future,
Oh, look. He said in that far-fetched thought I just said, because that's definitely not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But just in case if that ever were to happen.
the world is told what he did is okay.
It is.
What they went
is.
through is
It's
no
their
big
own
deal.
fault. It's their own fault.
We don't really care.
Yeah, that's
We think
accurate.
it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a verdict for the defendant or a small verdict would say.
Okay, what does nothing say?
They would go home.
He didn't even contemplate that. He didn't even contemplate the concept that they might not get nothing. It didn't even occur to him. He was like, if you by some small chance, by some miracle, just give them a tiny little bit of money instead of the whole amount that what were they asking for with the greedy, raggedy asses. If by some magical chance you did do that, what you're saying is, and look, it didn't even occur to him that they might not get nothing. And this fucking judge, somebody in the chat just said that the judge, after this, the judge said that he ordered AFROMAN to pay the legal fees, or pay half the legal fees, half of their legal fees. Like, hell, motherfucking no, I ain't paying that shit. Hell, motherfucking no. They need to pay half of his legal fees, is how it's supposed to work. They lost. So they should have to pay half his. The only reason he had to be in there was because of them, and then they lost. They should have to pay his legal fees. Period. But somehow, oh, that was you, Fab? Yeah, FSP? Yeah, but somehow he wanted him to pay it because this judge told the judge also told the jury, FSB, I don't know if you heard this, but the judge told the jury after they came back, and decided to give the cops nothing. He came to them and asked them what they got hung up on. Like what was the thing that got them hung up? Like, assuming that they were hung up on something was the reason why they, like, his expectation was that they were gonna side with the cops and give them the money. Like, so he thinks that something went wrong is the reason why. And like the jury was like, what the fuck? Like, wow, that's weird. That was a weird thing to fucking say. But one of the jurors spoke up afterwards and said that about the judge. So I'm thinking with that, and then him trying to get the guy who is the victim here in reality to pay for the legal fees of the people who tried to sue him and lost. I'm thinking somebody might be getting disbarred. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Like two things like that coming right up on each other like that. It's giving you the you may have just played yourself. It's giving that. You know what I'm saying?
Subject to even more ridicule. Yeah, you
Oh,
took him
yeah.
on and you lost.
That's right.
See what he did was fine.
Yep. Look at it. He can't even
I don't have to
contemplate it.
tell you, that's not the message we want to send.
Oh, yes, it is. Who's
It's not
we?
the message
Who's this
you
we you
wanna
talking
send.
about?
Folks, I'm done.
Oh, you
I've
are?
done all I can.
Oh, good. Thank you. Go to
These
fuck
folks
on.
called me
Uh-huh.
3 years ago now
Uh-huh.
and asked, what can we do to stop this?
Nothing.
And
Nothing.
here we are today.
Absolutely nothing.
I've done what I can.
Jack shit.
They've done what they can.
Nothing.
They've suffered through the publicity. They could have
Okay.
stopped this case at any time if they would have kowtowed.
Man, that man got paid in pound cake. What you talking about? All them pound cakes that he said he got over the years, he should have been selling those to get compensated. He should have been having a bake sale, okay, instead of over here trying to steal some money from his victims. How about that?
To the pressure, public humiliation that Mr. Foreman continued to put them through, but they didn't. They bravely stood behind their case and their right not to be drugged through the mud with lies in the media. They've done all they can.
Well, no, they didn't stand behind their case because after they ransacked his shit, then they didn't even press charges. So no, they didn't stand by their case. They just came in this man's house, fucked his shit up, stole his money, lost his money, and then thought they was just gonna go on about their business to go do it to somebody else. Because they bored. One of them said he wanted to work there. He wanted to be a police officer because it was exciting. I want to ask him, was it exciting when they kicked down this man's door? Was it exciting when they were able to rummage through his shit with the feeling of he can't do nothing about it? Was that exciting? The answer is yes. Yes, it was. And so it will be exciting to hear them get disappointed and not get shit.
And now,
and you know why the judge wanted the judge probably wanted him to pay the legal fees. It was because this judge was basically just working for free, assuming that he's going to just get this money from his lawsuit. He's only going to get paid once they win. And now he's been working on this shit for 3 years and lost and ain't going to get shit. And the police ain't got no money to give him to pay for these services. So here come they homie, Mr. Judgy guy, to try to see if he can't get that out of him. Hell, motherfucker, y'all ain't about to nickel and dime this man.
I am giving their case and this decision to you.
And they did the right thing with
It's
it.
out of my hands.
Wipe their ass with it.
You have to decide what to say to Mr. Foreman.
Yeah,
freedom. And what to say to the
freedom,
community.
And you ain't got to pay shit. There, that's what we say.
About what he's done and the effects that it's had on these folks.
Don't give a shit.
I have full confidence. I fully trust
well, that's good. That's wonderful.
To make the right decision. Me too. To make a fair decision.
Yeah, at least it need a bake sale.
Come back with a verdict that's fair for each one of these plaintiffs and that tells the community what you really think about this case.
I want a lemon pound cake.
Thank you.
Can I get a lemon pound cake? Here we go. Now here comes the other one. All right, here we go. Here we go. They thought they was getting some money, honey. Look at them over there. They thought they was getting paid. They were about to be rich. They was like, oh man, I'm about to be a millionaire. All I gotta do is cry a little bit and I get to be a millionaire. Okay. If I could cry and become a millionaire, oh my gosh. If all I had to do was if all I had to do was knock somebody's soda over and then cry because they looked at me funny after I knocked their soda over, if I could then turn around and sue them. Oh, what a world it would be. What a wonderful world it would be.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Call the judge up and say, yo, mama.
thank you for being here. This has been a long 3 days.
All right, let's listen to
It
this.
took a second for me to even count the number. It's been so long. A lot's happened. You've done your duty as jurors. You've paid attention to the evidence. I'm proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
What makes our country great is you have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to people in the community to see this, weigh the evidence, and make a decision.
Michael.
And I'm proud that you guys are here and doing that.
That's terrible, Michael.
We started this time, I talked about this case was about freedom of speech. But let's talk about what it's also about. It's also about music. Not all music is tasteful. Not everybody likes all music. There's some songs I hate. I think we can find plenty of people that find songs they do not like.
I know that's right.
But Mr. Foreman,
For
Joe
sure.
is a rapper and comedian. It's what he's done his whole life is rap, make songs.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think of what rap is, because
It's
music
poetry
does
to
not
music.
exist in a vacuum. Music evolves over time. Take a look at jazz. It's evolved. At one time, it was distinct in a certain subculture, and it has now expanded. Rap is the same. Rap started out as a means for people to express social commentary, opinions through entertainment. Look at the song by
Actually, rap is just poetry to music. That's all rap is. It's like instead of singing, you just like sing. It's like you saying like a poem, but to music. That's what rap is. I don't know why they're trying to overly define it here. It's just poetry to music. That's what rap is. That's why all the rhymey words are so necessary. It's really not that hard. It's, you know.
NWA, or they call Fuck the Police. I think I said that right. It's a social commentary on what
Not fuck the police. Fuck the police. Well, I guess he did. Yeah, I guess that did kind of sound like that.
was going on in their lives, their personal effect, the personal things happening to them, combined with entertainment, which unfortunately is exaggeration.
Yeah, like poems don't be real.
Opinion, nothing of fact in that song. It's a commentary on society. And so when you look at rap, you see that over and over again. I had my secretary print me a couple songs, rap songs, while I was pouring a cup of coffee. And the first one was Carly B, WAP. I find it bad to say what WAP means, but
Wet ass
it's a popular song.
cooter.
I think it's somewhat derogatory. But then again, I'm not the audience for that song, and I know that. I know nothing in that song. Nothing talking about is true. I know it's entertainment. I know it's social commentary. Miss Grooms testified even her students knew that at a young age. The same thing I knew when I was watching Johnny Carson, The Late Night Show, and SNL, Saturday Night Live, with my grandfather when I was a kid. That's all entertainment. They make fun of everybody for entertainment.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And some of it is a social commentary, but it is not fact. And everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody looks at Lil Wayne's song Pussy Monster and says there's a monster in that song. Everybody knows it's exaggeration for entertainment. Is he commenting on something? Sure. But it's not fact.
There you go.
And I can keep going. Megan Thee Stallion with Sex Talk.
He really don't know these people. He said Megan Thee Stallion. He's just assuming that the word is three because there's two E's, but it's just Megan Thee Stallion. It's just two E's in it instead of, but you know, when he see it, he just assumes that it's insane. That's got to be the word three because why would it have two E's, you know? Like Megan Thee Stallion. He said Megan Thee Stallion. Ooh.
I mean, it just goes on. They use derogatory language. It's designed to entertain.
Yeah, that's it.
Drew
That's all.
Hastings, former mayor of Hillsborough,
Mm-hmm.
was a comedian. I got to go to one of his stand-ups. Some of it was funny, some of it wasn't. Some of his jokes, like those of Eddie Murphy and
Ooh,
Richard
yeah.
Pryor, some of them are not tasteful, but they're still jokes. They're not facts.
Exactly. The best jokes are based
And we
in
know
fact,
that.
though.
That's what a
The best jokes are based in fact. That's what triggers people to instantly laugh when you say certain shit because they can relate to it. It's the relatability that makes it. It's like, oh my God. It's that moment. It's that moment. Okay. Y'all hit the like button for mama. Hit that like button for mama, please. Please.
reasonable person listening to that would understand. And that's the point. This is not a vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum. Let's face it, if we lived in a vacuum, we'd all be dead because we couldn't breathe. So we live in a world full of
Touche.
everything where we see things. We watch SNL.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's entertainment. We know it's going to pick on people. We understand that they're picking on public officials. They picked on Joe. They pick on Donald Trump all the time, Sleepy Joe. I mean, go down the list. Even Teflon Ron was made fun of.
Who's that?
So as you go back, nobody thinks that's fact. Nobody's going to take it that way. When they post their clips on YouTube, when they post their clips on Facebook, people don't look at it.
Oh my God. Imagine this man eating spaghetti, y'all. Imagine him eating spaghetti with his beard, Erica. That would be so gross. Big Mitch said, I'm from the hood. Rap was a way out. It definitely was. It definitely was. So you ain't, because not everybody built to be an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is going Oh, but if you could, if you was a poet, you was a rapper. The best rappers now, like, that's why the ones that are like what they call conscious rappers are the ones who it's like it's just the same thing, just like a poet who was like deeper. Like if you're deep, if you write poems and they're like really deep in thought, and then you become a rapper, you're gonna be a conscious rapper because yours are gonna be deep. That's all it is. It's because it's like I said, it's just poetry and music. That's rap. It's poetry to music. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Some people are terrible poets. That's why we got mumble rap right now. It'd be like the people who don't know how to spell nothing. Just imagine somebody don't know how to spell shit, but then they become a poet. And it's when you be trying to read it, you be like, okay, that's what it is. Okay, they don't write good. Okay. They probably wrote a song, but they couldn't read their own handwriting. So when they get in the booth, they just be like, yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, yeah. They be like, bitch, maybe stop writing in cursive. You're terrible at it. Okay? You're terrible at it. You're terrible. Okay? Yeah, but if this man was eating spaghetti, oh my God, that shit would be all up in there. Definitely.
And go, that's the truth. No, they understand it's comedy. They understand they're going to talk about it going forward.
That's right. It's comedy.
And if you look at his posts, you see
it's for funsies.
Little signs of that too. Iteration.
How many likes I got,
Things
Marilyn?
that you see in a song. I mean, because after all, a song's catchy, right? It has beat, song, words rhyme. She thinks my tractor's sexy and, sticks with you. When we listen to Lemon Pound Cake, you heard the iteration. You heard how it came together as entertainment. So we don't exist in a vacuum, and a reasonable person doesn't exist in a vacuum. As the judge said, you are a reasonable people. You get to decide what's reasonable, which means you get to use your experience.
It says one.
You get to use your understanding of what those are, of your understanding of Joe, of your understanding of rap music in general.
Lemon pound
I'm not going to
cake.
sit here and say that these 7 people were happy about what happened to them.
Yeah, but fuck them.
I'm not going to say that. That'd be stupid.
Fuck them folks.
But what I am going to say is they are public officials.
And it's their fault.
We
They
see
did
it
it to
on the
themselves.
news all the time. Public officials made fun of. Let's go back to voir dire.
Yeah, like this
During my
judge
voir
is
dire, we
about to
talked
get
about
some
the one juror that's gone. We
public
talked
scrutiny.
about that. Yes, I ran for public office. She agreed I put myself out as a public official. She agreed that it was an opinion when someone called me a baby killer. Even our witnesses on the stand, I asked that question. They said a crooked defense attorney is not a vine. It's a matter of opinion. Crooked cops, dirty defense attorneys. Oh, wait, one witness did want to say I might not have taken a shower. But those are all opinions.
I thought that also.
Exaggerations, not statements of fact.
I actually did think that. Like literally 2 minutes ago, I was looking at him when I was talking about the spaghetti in his beard. I was thinking to myself, he looks like I imagine him waking up in a room with like a mattress that's on the floor and like don't even no bed frame, and then he just roll over and he just throws his clothes on. He's like got the stuff still sitting on the chair, and he throws it on, and he's just like he run outside with his toothbrush still in his mouth, and he just run to the car, get in there and get the court. It's just what he looked like. It's just, oh, it definitely sheds because it looks dry. See how dry it is? So it probably definitely sheds. It looks like it's got a lot of split ends. He needs to trim. He need to trim it. Just like regular hair, if you have a beard, you got to trim it because it's going to get split ends. And once it gets split ends, it's going to look like somebody lit it on fire. And that's what this looks like. It looks like somebody lit it on fire. That's how dry and weird and crusty it looks. Yeah.
And we know that.
Exactly.
And that's why public officials are held to a higher standard.
Exactly.
Because that standard is what is expected of them as subjecting
that's
themselves to
Fuck
public
your
scrutiny.
feelings, exactly.
They all testify that people have criticized their work.
Oh, that'd be so gross. You know, he'll be drooling in his sleep and then he wake up and it's just in there in his beard. I wonder when he sleep if it like sits up, if it gets underneath of his face. You know, he'd be like sleeping and it'd just be like I gotta put my hair in like a bonnet or something when I sleep just because I don't want to, like if it touches my face or something when I'm sleeping, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Look, imagine sleeping and his beard is just like under his face. That's tough. That's a tough life.
I mean, after all, we look at the search. There is, even Mr. Newland admitted it wasn't perfect. I think we can see from how the money was handled, the investigation.
It was terrible.
I would have liked to have seen a more thorough job myself. I mean, we have a chain of custody, the money that just leaves it laying there. Mr. Newland didn't know that. We have an unsealed evidence bag. We have 10% of all evidence, money evidence in the Adams County evidence locker miscounted. And then keep in mind that miscount on those is less than what is alleged to miss here. We got people saying we had a miscount, yet they can't even bother to notify the court in an official document that they made a mistake.
Ain't that something?
Just let it ride.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about your money, but they want, until they want it for themselves. Until they want it for themselves. Okay? Then they give a shit.
As far as the public record knows, which they never corrected, Mr. Foreman never got back all of his money.
Ain't that something? Never got back
They
all
want
his
to talk
money.
about an investigation, but they can't even put in a single piece of paper to correct his mistake. I don't know if I call that lazy or what, but I think it goes to what you consider a fact. Because what is a fact? We can't always know what a fact is. Fact is something you can disprove, right? But can we truly disprove that? Looking at all the evidence, there is questions. If there's questions, it's not a fact. Now, people will form opinions based on that.
Oh, I know who this man remind me of. The dude from Harry Potter. It's the guy from Harry Potter, the one that went and picked up Harry Potter and brought him to the school. He looked like him. Am I right? What's his name? What's the guy's name who went and got Harry Potter and took him to the school in the first place? Harry Potter. Let's see. Bearded guy. Well, I think they all had beards in Harry Potter, though, didn't they? Yeah, Rubus Hagrid. He looked like him. That's who he looked like. I knew he looked like somebody. Let me get up. Let me blow him up. That's who he put me in the mind of. That's who he put me in the mind of. Ooh.
I formed an opinion. I imagine everybody here's formed an opinion. We know that they formed an opinion
Sammy!
because they didn't like being called a thief. So that was their.
Yeah, they had an opinion for sure. They did. That's right. Hit the like button, like Sammy said. Hit the like button, like Sammy said. Yeah, Sammy. I was playing Phasmo for like a couple hours yesterday, and then I was waiting. I thought you might come through, and then you didn't. And then I was like, ain't that some shit? I'm like, every day the days that I don't, you be on there. The days that I do, you don't. And I was like, I was streaming and everything. I was like, oh, she asked me to walk her through the stream, set up the stream. I'm thinking all these things. And he never showed up. Never texted me. I was like, what in the hell? So then I was live streaming myself playing Minecraft. And then I went to bed. And that was that for the night. Yes, honey. Y'all hit the like button for my. Oh, look. Sammy, mommy washed her hair. Look, she washed it. No more bun for me. At least for a month. No more bun for me. Oh, yes, honey. Yeah, hype the video. Yeah, I just posted a video like 2 hours ago. Hit that. Hype that video. Okay. Do that for me. It's great advice, Sammy. It's great advice you give. Yes, it is. Ooh. Mama. Oh, yeah. Yep. You also you did notice. Yes. Yes, I did. I washed my hair. I sure did. I woke up this morning. I climbed out of my bed at like 9 o'clock. And I said, you know what? Bitch, go wash your hair. And then I did. I was done by 1 o'clock. I felt like that took longer than it should have, but it's whatever. It's a good time to be done. You know what I'm saying? 1 o'clock and I'm done. When I said call me is when I got the text today. Yeah, ain't that so crazy? So your shit must be doing that thing again. You might have to restart your phone again. That was last night, girl. I sent that message. Ooh, yes, it was. Thank you, baby. Mama, appreciate you. Ooh. Something crawling on my back. She's got hot in here all of a sudden. Yeah, thank you, Sammy. Wee.
Their opinion. But people are allowed to have opinions. People are allowed to express them.
Yes, they are.
What people are expressing when they call them thief is not a literal statement. It is not a fact. It is a social commentary on the fact that they didn't do things correctly.
Exactly.
And they can't even articulate how they could fix it. That is a social commentary if I ever heard one. They don't like it. That's not their choice to like it or not.
Oh, no, that's right.
They're public officials. They're
That's
going to be
a
held to a higher
problem.
standard. Their work's going to be criticized.
As it should be.
I mean, that's just what happens when you're a public official. No reasonable person would expect a police officer not to be criticized. They've all been called names before. Has it affected them personally? Yes. Ms. Grooms testified it made no difference in her life.
Ooh, what are you talking about? Erica finds it saucy. It's crazy, right? What are you talking about? I just got the text today. Fine. Does anyone here follow the Dugars? Oh, the Dugars. Yeah, that fucking freak ass fucking family, bro. It's a bunch of fucking weirdos, man. I remember them. It was way too odd. It always be some weird shit in the families, though. It always be, and you can tell. This is how you know. The more secret, the more funny they are about not letting insiders in and don't tell the family business. Like, well, don't where they keep this into the family, keep this in the family. Whenever people say shit like that, you gotta know somebody's diddling somebody. Like, that's always the case. It's always the case. It's never not the case. It's always is the case. Like, if I went to somebody's house and they were like, oh, this is my mom, my dad. They're like, they're real funny about people coming in the house. They don't like anybody to know our business and whatever. I'd be like, man, who diddling who? Somebody diddling somebody. Like, that's because it's fine to be private. It's when you gotta announce it and put a sign up. It's that part. It's that. It's a sign. That means it's something specific that you're very concerned about people finding out about. And whatever it is illegal. And whenever it's like a bunch of kids in the house and it's a legal activity, usually there's diddling. Like, that's it's just what you notice. You just if you're paying attention, walking around in life, you notice things. This is something that I've noticed, okay? To think that all them kids in there, they steady popping out babies. Yeah, definitely there's some diddling was happening. Absolutely. And then, of course, then they grow up. The way that diddling works is someone gets diddled, then later they have kids, and then some more diddling happens. It's passed down this way. It's passed down in habit. And so, of course, these children, from all these 12,000 children they done had, they then, after being diddled, then go off and have their own kids. They find a weirdo because they're a weirdo. They're like a weirdo kid themselves. Not because they got diddled, just because of their family. Right? Just period. So, of course, they got to find another weirdo that's like them, because it's inside their little flock of type of people that they, so that's going to be the type of person they marry. And then they find a person just like that. And then, of course, then they have a kid and some more diddling happens. And it passes on just like that. So, yes, the Dugars, that was an easily predictable situation. Okay. And there's so many of them that a murder will probably happen also. Like, because there's so many, it's not going to end with diddling. Somebody going to get killed one day. I don't know if it's going to be one of them or they going to kill somebody. Like, but it's just like, it's like they had so many and so much weird shit going on. One of them's going to commit a murder. Like, it's just probability. It's like the math. The math says that there'll be a murder too. It's just from me paying attention to math. Y'all remember that I said that, so when it happens, y'all can be like, oh my God, she was right.
Her kids didn't take it seriously. And she's taught for damn near 30 years. But they seem to take it seriously. And I come back to Mr. Grooms. He's worried about going out on a call and being shot. Now, maybe I'm old-fashioned. But if I'm going out on a call, I'm worried about getting shot. I'm going to call my wife and tell her to be safe. Not sit here and go, I'm worried about me. That's not what you do. You take care of your family. Mr. Walters wanted to point that out. That just goes to show us he didn't take it seriously. Now, I'm not going to say they're not afraid. Anytime they go on a call, the highway patrol will tell you scariest things at traffic stop. You know nothing about the person. You're there by yourself, and things can change in an instant. Is that scary? Fuck yeah. I'd be scared. But
that's every cop.
If you're truly scared, you take the steps for it.
Yeah.
You start having your family do stuff. You start doing that. If you believe what you're saying, you take the steps towards it. You didn't take the steps. No one else talked about how they took the steps either, did they?
No, because nothing changed.
And why does that matter? Because a reasonable person is going to look at that. After all, let's go back to me not taking a shower. How would you know I didn't take a shower? hair clumpy, probably matted, probably got dirt all over me. That's how you would see. That's how you would prove if that's an opinion or fact. Now, even then, you might say Dave just fell in the mud. But no reasonable person would take it in a vacuum. And I want you to think about everything in context. What rap is music, how it's entertainment, how the language works on it, how jokes are made. I want you to think back to it because that colors how you see it. I love picking on Joe. He's a good sport for it. Look at that suit. Does this look like a man who thinks that everybody's going to assume that everything he's saying is fact?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. He's in costume. He's dressed basically like a clown. Oh, speaking of, where's my little guy? You notice he wasn't on here.
he's like a comedian. He exaggerates for the sake of entertainment.
There he
That's
is.
who he is.
AFROMAN.
I'm not going to say it's tasteful to everyone, but some people do find it entertaining.
AFROMAN.
I asked an important question about them. I said, do you believe everything in the newspaper? No.
Yeah.
Do you believe everything you read on the internet? No.
Yeah.
We all know that to be true. A reasonable person knows that. People can post opinions, social commentary, and hurtful things all over the internet. And it is just
people believe any
to
old
be expected.
fucking thing.
That's why we are supposed to use our own filter, use our common sense.
Yellow
use our
emojis in the
experiences
chat,
life.
Please. Just so I know that you are here.
So while hurtful, it was not fact. It was music, entertainment. Stuff that no reasonable person would understand. Especially not a public official.
Yeah,
because we see it on TV all the time. We see it on the internet. You see it on Facebook. Sometimes people want to turn off Facebook because there's so much political commentary and stuff. But that's expected. Do I expect everything I read's fact? I don't even think most of it's fact. I think it's everybody's opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and it stinks.
Oh,
but
speak for yourself.
That doesn't mean they can't
Mine
have it.
smells
That
like
doesn't mean
roses.
they can't express them, and that doesn't mean they can't make a song about it.
My sphincter smells like roses, and you can't prove otherwise. The judge is so biased. I know. Did you hear about? Oh, Sammy, did you hear about what the Did you hear the one of the jurors spoke out and said that the judge came in there to them after they found, after they came up with in his favor, in the guy's favor. I guess he wasn't expecting that, so he goes in there and he asked the jury, what did you get hung up on? He just assumes that they got hung up on something, because his expectation was that they're like that, that the police officers would win, that they would get the stuff. And so he, and the jury's like, what the fuck, like, what do you, nothing, like, nothing, we just we don't want to be subjected to what the fuck they have in mind after this. That's why we let them sue him for talking bad after they do some shit, and then we can't say anything at all when they do some shit to us. So no, they're gonna threaten to sue us too, and we're gonna have reason to believe that it's gonna work. So yeah, that's why we said hell no, ain't giving them no shit. Fuck them. They shouldn't have been in this house in the first goddamn place. That's what we. Yes, Saucy. Put it in there. Put like if you search like AFROMAN judge jury juror, like put like maybe AFROMAN juror speaks out or something like that, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Truth is a defense. That's why we talk about the theft. That's why we showed all that. Because I wanted you to see how the money was handled. There's a lot of confusion around it. And for that reason.
A lot of confusion around it, is it? Is it Confucius?
Before I get to another point, I want to address something that's bouncing around my head. Bob says, what does this message send if you find for Mr. Foreman?
Oh, yeah.
I rephrase that question a little differently. What does this message send if we find that music and social commentary, while maybe not the most tasteful thing in the world, is silenced because a public official, while hurt by it, yes, unhappy by it, yes, pissed off, yes, emotional, yes. What opinion does that say? I mean, if you can sue people, music artists, comedians, to shut them down, that's what we're looking at here. I'm sorry they feel the way they do. But there's a certain amount that you have to take as a public official. It's part of the duties as a job. As we talked about during voir dire, as I've talked about them being called a baby killer, there's certain things you take and you move on. It's part of the job. The plaintiffs, or I should say Bob, talks about how they wanted it to stop. Where was the certified cease and desist letter? Where was all this done? None of that was done until after they started the lawsuit, until after they brought it to court to make it stop. That's what they wanted to. They wanted to make it stop, yet they asked for money. The commentary on them is nebulous at best. You can see that when you look at it. We have Beetle Bailey, Gomer Pyle, Colonel King Kong Bundy. Some of these names are not as bad as others, yes, but they're all for artistic purpose. They're all for jokes. They're all for entertainment. This is not to paint them in a real light. No reasonable person would think that.
Well, they're unreasonable, though. So.
It's kind of interesting because even Mr. Newland agreed that when he was called a pedophile by Mr. Foreman, yes, that is a horrible thing to call a person. But even he said it was Mr. Foreman's opinion. So he didn't believe it was a fact. If your own witness doesn't believe it's a fact, how can a reasonable person find it's a fact?
Matt.
Bob went to great lengths to say nothing will stop him. Shows us where we're at. We got to stop his expression. We got to stop entertainment. We got to stop exaggeration. That's what Bob's talking about. What chilling effect does that have on the world we live in? Think about it. You don't like what a commissioner does. You don't like what our prosecutor does. You don't like what any public official does, and you make a joke, and you're drugging the court. It may not have been a tasteful joke. May have been a bad joke. May have been the greatest joke ever. But what we're saying is if they don't like it, we're back here. What does that say to freedom of speech? What does that say to the world we live in? That's what this case is about. And Bob knows that. That's why he mentions it. That's why when you look at defamation and the jury instructions, you'll see that the first element of it is a statement. Portrayal of fact has to be portrayed as fact. No music video portrays as a fact. I don't watch Fuck Those Police and turn around and say, you know what, that's a fact. No. I say that's a song and it's entertainment and move on. Sometimes I try to figure out what the words mean, what kind they're getting at, but I don't expect them to present a fact. Fourth element is the proximate cause. It's an interesting question there because you'll get the definition of causation and proximate. And we never talked about that really during the trial. It's going to be something that I want to discuss. They talked about getting phone calls. None of those posts. Joe never said, call them and tell them this. Mr. Cooley testified that they mailed pound cakes to the office. Joe never said send them a lemon pound cake. These are things that other people have done.
Exactly.
Joe never directed them to do it. He didn't cause it. He made a joke. He cannot control how people take it. What they do, he's not that. All he can do is make a joke, make a song. So that's something to consider. Was he the proximate cause, or was it someone else? I want you to understand when they get to the question of malice, if you get that far, it has to be actual malice. Public officials, it's a higher standard. Why? Because we hold public officials to a high standard. Let's talk about the false light. That's their second cause of action. That says that a reasonable person would be justified in the eyes of the community, feeling seriously offended and aggrieved. I want you to go in on the eyes of the community. They want to say people's humiliating them, calling them names. The reality is a reasonable person in the eyes of the community is going to say, it's a song.
It's a
It's a joke.
song. It's just a song.
I was flabbergasted to hear it myself, that they even thought it was a joke before they brought the lawsuit. Go to a Halloween party and bring a lemon pound cake. That, I almost have no words for that, honestly, because we're hurt, but it's a joke. Which one is it? So a reasonable person in the eyes of the community would understand it's a joke. Mr. Estep testified about the joke of the shirt. We got the pound cake joke. There's various jokes for this. This was not as negative. This has not changed their view in the eyes of the community, because your reputation, which is what they claim is hurt, your reputation is like a shirt. You eat a hot dog, you drop mustard on it, you get stains on your shirt. Nobody's reputation is clean. Everything you do affects your reputation. The way you perform your job affects your reputation. They all admitted to that on the stand because I asked that question. They all said it does. How they counted that money affects their reputation. People can form opinions based on how they did their job and criticize them on it. That's a right we have.
Yeah, but they're supposed to get free passes because they said so. What about that part, huh?
You have to forgive me. I have to flip through these, son. We didn't have a lot of time to prepare as things change on the fly.
Look at it. Look at the judge. He over there feeling confident. Oh, let me move him.
I think as you go back and deliberate, take a look at all the exhibits, analyze it in the context of music, entertainment, opinion, social commentary. It's not a fact. And if you look at it, you can see that. Like I said, it may not be tasteful, may not be nice, but even SNL is not nice. South Park's not nice. These things are social commentaries, jokes, entertainment.
Exactly.
And some of them are not nice. But you don't have to like everything. You don't have to like everything said about you, and you don't have the right to tell everybody that everything said about you should be sued for, especially if you're a public official. As such, I ask you to deliver a verdict in Joe's favor on all claims.
Now this they did abide with.
I ask that because when you look at it, no reasonable person could see it as a fact. No reasonable person could see it as even false light. The community, if people called them, that's because the social commentary resonated with someone, resonated with what people experienced in the world. We've lived through a turbulent year, so we've all seen on the news what people are experiencing all over the country. Social commentary resonates because of that. That doesn't make him the proximate cause. That shows a deeper concern in our country
Lemon pound
that we should be
cake.
addressing, not sitting here trying to decide if
Thank you,
a music
Sammy.
video
Should
is
listen
a
to lemon
fact or
pound
not.
cake.
That's what's at issue here. And I'm confident as you go back in deliberations, you'll come to that conclusion too. And with that, I thank you again for your service, because it is not easy. And what you're about to do is not easy. It takes time and deliberation. It takes hard work. And I appreciate that you guys are willing to do it. And I reiterate again, that's what makes us a great country. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Mr. Clayton.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They thought they was getting paid, honey. Are you coming back to say some more? What you want to say?
Nothing Mr. Osborne said about sexually explicit songs out in society refer to specific people in the community, like the songs that are at issue here. It's not the same thing. We all know that. These weren't opinions.
What about South Park? What about South Park? South Park be talking specifically about people. Like right after a thing happens, and they will mimic it specifically exactly how. What about that? What about it?
Mr. Foreman didn't say, in my opinion, Brian Newland is a pedophile. In my opinion,
that wouldn't be a
they're all
poem.
thieves. In my opinion,
That wouldn't be a poem.
I fucked his wife doggy style.
Why you say it like that with such like that? I don't know, the way that FU came out sound like you might have did that. The guy might need to look out for his own attorney. Sound like he might have mounted that stallion. That's what it sound like. Way he said it. No, I don't know. I just don't know why he said it like that.
He said it like they were facts. And I think Judge Hine is going to instruct you, based on everything that's happened so far, that these were not opinions. They were stated as fact. And your job
You
is
can't
to
say they were
decide
stated as fact.
whether those
How were they stated as
facts
fact?
were true or not.
You think that it was stated in fact that Lisa had nibbled every cooter in town. Every single cooter she done nibbled on. She done ate all the cooters. He said every cooter she had nibbled. How can that not be? Like clearly that's not true. So yeah, he told on himself with that.
And we know they're not. The case isn't about lemon pound cake. It's about intentional lies designed to hurt people, and they hurt people.
So he wasn't looking at the lemon pound cake? So he didn't see it? So he didn't want it? How do you prove he didn't want the lemon pound cake? He looked like he wanted it. So you gotta be careful. You be careful, sir. You're gonna be in his next song. You keep it up.
If somebody in the jury room says, well, what about his First Amendment rights?
Exactly.
You know, and the law tells you,
Uh-huh.
that doesn't allow lies that hurt people. If someone tells you it's just artistic expression, he ought to be free to say what he wants, the answer is he's not allowed to wrap up harmful lies into songs, so-called art,
Says who?
put them out there and get away with it.
Because you said so?
The packaging of the lie doesn't make it okay.
Bad, Sammy.
The message was clear.
Yeah.
And Mr. Foreman doesn't get to wrap himself in the American flag
Yes, it do.
and say, you can't touch me. I can say what I want, no matter how untrue it is, no matter how much pain it causes people, no matter for how long, because I have freedom of speech. You can't do.
That's where, and that's that line right there is probably what got him the loss. Like that's exactly what it means, sir. You just sat there and said he can't wear a flag outfit and think that he has constitutional rights. He can't wear what he want and say what he want to say. He don't have the right to. That's what you just said to you. When you say that to him, you're saying that to the jury also. You're telling the jury that they can't wear what they want to wear and say what they want to say. That's what you're saying. This man blew it big time.
Do that. I'm confident you'll tell him he can't do that.
Are you confident?
Thank
Are
you.
you feeling confident though? Scale of 1 to 10. All right.
Let me acknowledge Mr. Osborne.
Your Honor, I didn't mean to interrupt you. My thing is, I was going to ask before we read the jury instructions if I could use, if we could have a restroom break, but I know it's going to take some time to read it.
Everybody's going to stand in their seat and stretch. Nobody's going to leave the room but you. Because you're pretty prompt with that, so go for it.
Thank you.
I'll just stand up. It's blood flowing. That's what they're talking about. But I want to thank them because they did good work making it possible for me to get to the point where I can give these instructions to you. The court has the legal duty
Look at this.
to
Look at
prepare the
this.
instructions of law. You've heard the attorney's statements, arguments, you've heard the evidence from the witnesses. The court's duty is to instruct you on the law.
Uh-huh.
Then you have a legal obligation to accept the instructions the way they're given to you. It's your sworn duty to do that. You cannot apply what you think the law ought to be. You're obedient, as I am obedient, to the rules of the law.
Yeah, see, that's actually not true though, because apparently there's something called jury nullification. That's what we learned from Daryl Brooks, that apparently that thing you just said isn't true. But you can only know it if you look it up yourself. They are not allowed to tell you about it. So, but we know because Daryl's big ass mouth, because Daryl kept fucking saying it every 2 minutes. And that's why we know that it is true. It is a real thing, but they can't promote it. You see what I'm saying? But it's actually true. If the people decide that they want something to not be a crime, like somebody did something, they just choose. In this case, no, it wasn't. That they can say, yeah, no, everything seems like it's leaning there, but not for this one, no. They actually can do that. That's crazy, ain't it? We did learn something. See, so Daryl wasn't 100% useless. You know what I'm saying? Just
The person who
99.999.
claims
Nine.
that certain facts exist, in this case, the plaintiffs have to prove them, in this case, by what's called the preponderance of the evidence. You've heard me say this before. I'm going to try to go over things you know, but the obligation is called the burden of proof. Plaintiffs have to prove their facts by a preponderance of the evidence. Preponderance is more evidence in favor of their position than opposed to their position, tilting the scales in their favor. There's one element that has a different burden of proof. Clear and convincing evidence, a higher amount, a greater weight of evidence has to be proven with regard to the knowledge or the motive, but they aren't all lumped in. So don't think in this first phase, oh, the punishers are really mad. Two forms. Then you go to form number 3, which
Mhm.
is damages. Damages is one line where you put a number in. You can take notes and you can split it out, and you can do calculations, you can decide how you get to it, but there's one line. So that would be for Sean Cooley, and it says Sean Cooley on the first 3 pages. Then the next 3 pages say Justin Cooley, same 3 pages. So on the first 2 pages,
Look at them. Look at them explaining where they're supposed to write the money at. little do he know. They're like, yeah, fuck them papers. We don't need them. 0. 0. You getting nada. You getting nothing. Nothing. Ooh.
is find in favor of that plaintiff or the defendant, circle 1. Next one, in favor of that plaintiff or defendant on the second claim, circle 1 of those options. And then you go to the damages form only if the plaintiff prevailed on one of the first 2.
They must didn't want to write no, but they were like, I didn't understand the money part they was talking about, so I'm just gonna circle defendant on all of them, and then I won't have to worry about writing no money. You know what would have been hilarious though, if they had picked him and then wrote a money so that they owed him money. That'd have been funny. That would have been hilarious. Okay, and it should have made it like $20. You know what I'm saying? Like $20 each. So they would all physically have to go in their pockets and pull out a 20. Put 20 and then put cash. Write it in parentheses or something. Cash.
Number, they all have names on it. They should be easy to follow. You can tell me later.
You can tell me later.
What do you do when you go back there? The first thing you officially need to do is pick a foreperson. Now the foreperson is not the shop
Jared, hey,
foreman,
boo. How
they're
you
not the
doing?
boss. They don't tell you what to do. The foreperson job is to organize the discussion, engage people, keep track of the exhibits, be the committee's
Hey,
chairman.
Robert, what's up?
But the foreperson doesn't convince you to do what they want. They organize the discussion. There's no way to pick a foreperson. You can arm wrestle, throw fingers, draw names out of a hat. Don't go to the bathroom first, because you very well could come out the foreperson. I don't care. I've heard people say that. They pick them because they weren't there. It doesn't matter. I can't tell you how to pick one. Just get one. Throwing fingers is fine. It takes too long. You probably already know who's willing to do it, or maybe you've talked to each other enough, or you just say, sorry, you lose, you're it. But it's just organizing discussion. That's all it is. Just organize the discussion. Make sure nothing leaves. You'll have in your possession the verdict forms, the exhibits. You'll have copies of these instructions. Keep all that back there. When you come out, the only thing left to bring back out here should be all these verdict forms. Leave your notebooks back there. Everything else in the foreperson should make sure that goes on. How do you deliberate? Generally, the advice to you is to go back there and start talking about the case, replay the witnesses, but don't just say, I think something ought to happen. When you come out with your first opinion and then start discussing it, a lot of people realize their first opinion is not their best opinion. But once you threw it out there, then you got to figure out, how do I get my pride back and retool? So generally, don't go back there and just say, here's what we ought to do. What do you think about this witness, and how did this one come across? And do you understand the rules? And start into this discussion process, however you can do it. But eventually, then you're going to need to start getting to the point where you see a consensus is being built. If you immediately express an opinion, changing is sometimes hard, so work together to build a consensus. Consult with one another in the jury room, deliberate with a view of reaching an agreement. You can do so as a group,
I watched it, Robert,
but without surrendering your own conviction. Each of you ultimately has to decide this case for themselves in this deliberation process. You might find somebody leaning on you to change your opinion. That's good, unless you feel pressured against your will to change your opinion. If they come at you with good arguments, maybe you should rethink your position because their arguments really are good. So like a certain amount of give and take and tension is usually the sign of a good deliberation. Just don't take it personally. Never surrender your own personal convictions just to get along. Don't be influenced by considerations of sympathy or prejudice. The law does not expect us to be robots and have no sympathy, no emotions, no prejudice, or no biases.
I know, talking about some biases. Ain't the nerve of this man? The nerve of him talking about some biases, and he just as biased as a motherfucker. And he done been exposed by the jury. The jury told on you, sir. Sir, your honor, your majesty. The jury done told on you. It's gonna be a rough ride. Okay, you gonna get the treatment that the glam bot guy got. Okay, they're gonna turn on you fast and hard. Okay, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad time for you, your majesty. It's gonna be bad. You're gonna get fired, and then it's gonna be so fun to watch you walk away with a box of your stuff, and then you're gonna trip, and then you're gonna fall, and then your box is gonna roll, and all your things are gonna slide out, and it's gonna be embarrassing when people find out what was in the box. Ooh, what'd you have that for? Ooh. Mama's practicing her pretend song skills, the singing from my imagination. Ooh. Uh. Y'all hit the like button for Mama. You lost the connection. No. Was it because you're traveling? Is that why? 4 years sober. Good for you, Big Mitch. Congratulations. I hope you're happy. For as long as I can breathe, you'll always be the one. What's that song? What's that? Vita? Something like that. I don't remember that. I happen to know that dark people always break the law. Oh, that's what the judge said? Shut up. Did the judge say that? And that the police are the law and not, it's not up for deliberation because around here it's a fact. Now y'all better vote right back there. I know that's right. That's how it is. In his mind, he felt like that they were having like this connection, I think. Sammy said, I wonder how many innocent people were punished by this shady ass judge. All of them. All of them. Especially the ones who had the audacity to be melanated. The slightest bit of melanation, okay? You was gonna be in the prison. Ain't that something? Look at this. And he's just as crooked as he wanna fucking be. Allegedly, of course. You know what I'm saying? Imagine imagine living in the world you ain't really gotta imagine because that's actually the world y'all are living in. I don't know if y'all know this, but it's where the crookedest person that you probably may ever lay your eyes on is walking around pointing his fingers at people talking about that's a criminal. That's a terrible person right there. Look at them. They're just the worst, the scum of the earth. But the person who's pointing their finger is like a fucking demon. And they have power. That's what's happening. That's where we're at. They don't care about crime. They don't care that crimes are committed. If they cared, they would stop doing it themselves. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. They don't care nothing. They're not. These people, boy, they're committing the crime. They don't care about that. They will commit the crime to snatch up somebody they don't even know if they did nothing. So they don't care about crime. They use it as an excuse to be terrorists. And that's the timeline we living in, y'all. Congratulations. Congratulations. If you ever wonder why mama don't come outside, that's why. 'Cause people suck. Ooh. Okay. Do you know to turn off your melanin before you go in the courthouse? I know that's right. You gotta turn your melanin off. Turn your melanin off. That's right. Turn your melanin off before you get to the courthouse. Ooh, get to the courthouse. Ooh. You gotta turn your melanin down. Turn it all the way down before you get to the courthouse. Get to the courthouse. Okay? That's some bullshit, ain't it, Sammy? I'm gonna tell you, ain't it something? It's heartbreaking. It really is. It's heartbreaking to watch people be stupid. Like, but like, you so dumb, you gonna confidently walk right off the cliff. You know what? I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it. These people, they be so weird, girl. They be driving me crazy, girl. The only thing that give me peace is knowing how dumb they are. You gotta be dumb to find the justification. Like, only stupid people can find justification for that. So it's automatically makes you dumb if you come to that consensus. That's the only piece. That's the only piece that you get. Ooh. Hit the like button for mama, please. Please and thank you. Thank you, Sammy.
It happens all the time. You have to set those aside.
Look at this.
You're required to disregard them, to make your verdict carefully, to weigh the evidence, consider disputed questions of fact, apply the law to try to reach a verdict which the parties would be considering fair to both sides. Fairness is a big thing. Is this verdict fair to both the parties? Consider all the evidence regardless of who brought it forward.
Oh, it has to be fair to both parties? In what universe is the person whose house got broken into, whose door got fucked up, whose money is still missing to this day, by the people, like being sued by the people who did all this stuff to him? What part of them getting his money, like them being able to sue him and getting his money, would be fair to him? No part. No part. So, yeah, no, clearly they're not going to get nothing.
Do so with intelligence, impartiality, without bias, without sympathy, without prejudice.
He didn't mean to put that part in there. He was like, shit, I didn't mean to say that part. They were supposed to use prejudice. I was hoping that they would use some prejudice in this case. That's what he was thinking.
During the deliberations, if you have questions, you're welcome to write them down, which then comes to me, which goes to the lawyers to get you an answer. Like a magic doorbell. Knock on the door. Okay. The bailiff's like within earshot. He doesn't have his cup up against the door. So like pound on the door enough to get his attention. He'll come back, get the question, give it to me. I'll huddle with the lawyers, get you an answer. So when you get back there, there's a problem. You don't understand something. You want more information. You can get more information. Like we'll try to make sure you're not starving. Like creature comforts will be provided. Like we're going to run into the lunch hour, so there's a way of taking care of it. I heard it yesterday. They'll do it today. So like we're going to want to cover all those bases. The clock is yours when the deliberations start. You watch me pay attention to the clock, right? I don't have a clock because you do. So how much time you need is up to you, not up to our expectations or our time commitment. We got to make sure that when you deliberate, you don't do so out of like human denial or fatigue. So yeah, we're going to watch to see how that goes. Like you might have me send you a question saying, is everybody fine? Are you awake? Do you need coffee? Do you need food? What do you need? And 2 extras. So the 2 on the end, 17 and 19, you're alternates. So you don't deliberate, but you're not done. You're what we call insurance. There's no guarantee in an hour somebody's not going to get a call that they have to go or that they hit the floor.
This guy's creepy looking.
Or
Is it
somebody
just
had an
me?
accident or the baby came early or whatever it is. So you're not done. You're charged to not talk and to just wait. It's a luxury to have extras. I understand what I just did to you. I get it. But the number of times the jurors slot back in is not the majority, but it's enough that we're glad to have you for a reason.
Oh, what is in this
These folks
judge's
get
mouth?
locked down and something happens along the way. We can't lose.
He keeps having webbage. You know, people have like webbage from their teeth. So they like talk and then like a string will reach from the top to the bottom of their mouth, you know. He got that going on, like in his girl.
Lose 3 days of trial work
It's like
because somebody went through a
got
stop
a bunch
sign
of webbage
or
going
had a
on.
flat tire
Oh,
on a
these
curvy
little
road.
fangs here.
Then all of a sudden you're back, we start all over, and the case gets done. So make sure the bailiff has your phone number. If you can be within like 15 minutes of the
He's
courthouse.
creepy
I
looking,
don't know what
bro.
that means. If you live farther, just make sure Chris doesn't have to drive far to get you. He's not going to anyway, right? But he's big enough that you don't want to cross him, kind of guy.
He's big enough you don't want to cross him type of guy. What the fuck does that even mean, bro? What is he talking about? He's big enough you don't want to cross. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Everybody know that. And also, you can't catch me. Even with my fucked up knees, you can't catch me, bitch. You can't catch me. Ooh, serpentine. You gotta run in serpentine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
Anything you want me to deal with in the instructions, Mr. Klingler?
I had 2 minor issues.
Okay, we'll talk over there. Mr. Osborne, you got anything?
They thought they was getting paid, y'all.
Okay.
It was
we're
like,
just gonna
man, we
see
about
what
to
I
be
didn't do right,
rich.
or we're close.
Now, what if she was crying like that? She was the one who was wanting 1.5 million. She's like, I'm going to need to cry more. I'm going to be the reason why any of us get anything. I'm going to cry so good. I'm going to cry.
It's the next paragraph down. So I've got 8 jurors. When you go back there, 6 and 2 is a vote in favor or opposed. So you always have to have 3/4. So
I want to see the verdict. Afroman. With this fuzzy teddy bear coat. Look at this man. How he walk. AFROMAN got 2 phones, honey. Look, they thought they was getting some money, honey. They said we about to get paid. Little did they know that wasn't gonna happen. Little did they know. A little did they know. A little did they know. They thought they was gonna get paid. She thought she was about to get paid, honey. She said, "Oh shit, minutes away from finding out how much money I'm gonna get. Ooh, I'm gonna buy me a new voice. I'm gonna get somebody to punch me in my throat. Maybe see if they can't change my voice a little bit, just a little bit of a shift, something. Damn, this is ridiculous. I sound 100% like a grown ass man. This is not even a little bit. I don't got like deep voice for a girl. No, I got a deep voice for a dude. Like I sound like some grown man's father. I sound like a grown man's father. I sound like a grown man's father. Look, they're getting all close together. They're like, we need to step in close together, because we're about to be millionaires between us all. We're about to have $5 million. This is what they're all saying to each other. They're like, oh my God, we're about to be so rich. This man's gonna have to give us all of his money, and it's gonna be great. And then we're gonna rub it in his face, and then we're gonna go harass him some more too, because we can. Oh, here we go.
Good stuff. So you know more than I know probably, but the jury's ready.
That's all I know.
That's all I know too. So process-wise is that they'll bring him out.
The judge is probably gonna get something. He's probably gonna. He might have been thinking he was gonna get a little something too. You know what I'm saying? That's like he was mad. Look at that. She thought she was getting something, honey. Lisa was like, man, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to be rich. The dudes is gonna be all over me. They're gonna all want a piece of this because they're gonna think they're gonna get some money from me, of course. Because, it can't be because of who I am. Can't be that. Look at the judge. The judge over here trying to talk shit to this lawyer. He thinks he's preparing him for his loss. He think that's what he thought. If y'all don't turn this volume up, what is y'all doing? I need to hear this. What the hell's going on with this jacket? Why does he have a thingy in the back? That's the little pocket where the little thing goes. I think this man took this suit, added 2 suits together to make this one suit. This thing got 2 fronts on it.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
Watch this. He gonna bark all these orders.
The jury reached a verdict, is that correct?
Yes.
No. He's all happy.
And the verdict forms to the bailiff. He'll hand them to me so I can take a look at them. I looked at the form of the papers, essentially to see if they're properly signed. Well, that's the next thing that happens.
Look. He think they done won. Look at this. Nothing. Look at his face. Look. He's like, what the fuck? So nobody got nothing? He's gonna be like, what the fuck? Wait, so nobody got it? I think y'all might have did this wrong. That's what he thought. They did it wrong. He thought they accidentally did it wrong when he's like, so what part of the papers was fucking y'all up? Like y'all did y'all paper wrong. Y'all was supposed to. And you gonna if you stare at it long enough, maybe it'll change, right? This is terrible. I know. I want me a lemon pound cake now.
With regard to decorum, I don't expect any responses from anybody. It's been an emotional case. It's been a well-tried case. The lawyers did what they should do. The parties did what they should do. I just want to remind everybody that how the verdict comes out isn't something of public comment. So if you have an emotional,
Ain't that something? The only reason he said that was because he seen what happened. He seen that they weren't in her. They were in his favor. He seen that he didn't want them to be able to celebrate. So then what does he do? Shuts down the opportunity for anybody to make any sound after when they hear it. Ain't that something? Hey Joe, what's up, baby? How you doing? Cheering. How you feeling?
attachment to the verdict, don't express it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you get out of the building before you let your emotions out.
Yeah. Wait till you get outside before you celebrate on how y'all played yourselves. Oh, do. Come on, sir. You gonna look at them some more? You gonna see, did they change yet or no? Let me get
Forms are
red
properly
emojis in the chat.
executed, properly completed. Copies will be made available to the parties. In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the...
Look at his face. His jaw is like, he's like... He is catching flies over there. This dude is, he can't believe that this is happening. Look, he's like, wait, what? Wait, sir, wait, what did you say? Wait, what now? What happened now? No, who said a what?
The Sheriff's Department for security in the building.
Come on, I need
And
to
we'll
see
go ahead and stand
everybody.
adjournment.
I need to see everybody's face.
You're welcome.
I know that's right. AFROMAN is like, oh shit. Oh, look. Hey, Lisa, you all right over there? Is you feeling okay? Is you feel? Oh, you're gonna have to find some other way to fund that voice surgery. You're gonna need to do something else to get that cash. Look at him. Look. He got his arms folded. Oh, you feeling like a failure, sir? Is you feeling like you done fucked up? Is you feeling like they really gonna make fun of you now? Cause it's true. They are. They're like the people, the citizens, they're gonna roast this shit out of you. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna lead you probably to leave the place, you know, where you're at. You know, you're gonna have to move on to the next place or the nether realms, one or the other. You're gonna have to go. Now they can't retire and have to go to work tomorrow and cancel the celebration dinner. No, what's funny, some of them had just like left already. Like they left, like they don't work there anymore. And they was counting on this shit. And now it don't exist. So now they don't got a job and ain't got no money. Sammy is terrible. Sammy is terrible for them. It's unfortunate, ain't it? Ain't it unfortunate? Ain't it an unfortunate turn of events? It's just terrible. It's terrible what it is, okay? Look how he looking at him. He is mad, honey. Look at him. Look. They can't believe it. They're like, what the fuck?
You guys want going into the
Relax, whatever it is you need.
I'll get your phone.
And because they
Have the jury go that way. Have them go back.
and because they did this,
You guys don't
it
mind
brought so much
hanging out in there
attention
for a
to
little
them
bit and
instead
get
of
you a
being
drink?
quiet. I know. Now they're uber duper famous. Oh, my little thingy is completely full. My little thingy burger is completely full. Majari worry. Marjorie worry, Marjorie worry, Marjorie worry, Marjorie worry, Marjorie worry. And because they did this, they brought so much attention to them instead of being quiet. I know that's right. Look at you did it. You did it, Afro Man. Look. This man over here, he is fuming, honey. He is thinking about, he's like, oh my gosh, gonna get them ankles. I'm gonna drag you behind my pickup. You know what I'm saying? Because that seemed like it's Stilo. I know you want to do it, sir. I know you do. You look like you want to do it. Ooh. I know he's like, wow. Well, that was nice. That's pretty cool. They tried to rob me blind and they lost. Look at look at that little told you. And he goes straight to praying. He's like, wow. You had my back on that one. All right, Jesus. Good looking out. Good Lord Jesus. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Good looking out, good looking out. Nice work. See what I'm saying? Good work indeed. Well played, my boy. Well played. I'm gonna see what happens when they leave. Let's see. Why are they stuck standing up? But these people ain't standing up.
Everybody is excused.
Oh, he crying.
We're waiting for.
Oh,
That's what we're waiting for. I was like,
you see that? He was crying. Look, hold on.
we're waiting.
Look at his little tear. Look. This man couldn't believe. He was not expecting that. He seemed so confident, but he was not expecting that. He thought they was going to just, you know what I'm saying, try to just ruin his fucking life. And he's like, wow. Look at that. Look at that tear.
Everybody is excused.
Everybody's
We're waiting
excused.
for. Literally, that's what we're waiting for. I was like,
Ain't that something? Let's see. Let's see what Fox News said.
AFROMAN said he dropped the album partly.
No, hold on. Let me, I want to see after the verdict. See when he came outside. I like to see when there we go. I want to see this.
Outside this Adams County courthouse, the sound of victory. After jury sided with the musician AFROMAN, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, after a days-long civil defamation trial. AFROMAN speaking to WCPO right after the verdict.
I didn't win. America won.
I know that's right.
America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
The jury finds in favor of the defendant.
7 Adams County Sheriff's deputies sued the musician. They argued AFROMAN used security video from a 2022 raid of his home and put it in music videos using deputies' likeness.
You could actually tell because when the judge said if that they ruled in his favor, he looked at the plaintiffs when he looked at them when he said it. Like instead of looking at the person who won, like he looked at them. And this dude looked shocked as shit, bro.
Without permission.
There's damage to reputation. There's
look at
pain
that.
and suffering. There's
y'all didn't
public
get nothing?
humiliation.
Oh, y'all didn't get no money? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Y'all didn't get no money? What happened? What happened? Oh my God, did Lisa's tears not work? Did it not work? You know what fucked it up? Her voice. I would say if Lisa was crying and talking, like, cause we never heard a girl cry. We heard like if you was blind and you listen to this case, you was like, why is that man crying like that? You ain't see no girl. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see no girl. You just heard a dude. You're like, what's that man that's crying so much? That if she had a girl's voice and was up there crying like that, it definitely would have rang a little different. It would have rang a little different because of the video, the music video and stuff. But it was so hard. It's like if people aren't convinced whether or not, they probably weren't 100% convinced whether or not she was even a girl. Like they heard her say it, but I mean, people say this shit all the time. Like, like, oh, we don't know. Like, what? How do we know though? You know what I'm saying? This might just be a trick to y'all was like, dang, if we had a girl, one of us was a girl, then, they'd be more sympathetic. So then, Lester was like, hey, I'll just be Lisa and I'll just, I'm just kidding. This is a joke. These are the jokes. These are the jokes. You know what I'm saying? These are the jokes. They write themselves. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They write themselves. Ooh, Pokemon. Let's see.
There's everything you saw and heard from these detectives from the witness stand.
This raid taking place nearly 4 years ago following search warrants related to possession and trafficking in drugs and kidnapping. The rapper was never charged. Along with using the surveillance video in multiple music videos, including in the song Lemon Pound Cake, the deputies also say AFROMAN called them thieves and pedophiles, among other things, on social media.
I didn't go down here and sue the police department. I fixed up the damn.
Oh yeah, I did. It took me a while. It wasn't in that spot that you told me, so I had to like kind of listen around. But I found it. Yeah, I got it out. Yeah, it was like a little later. It was like an hour later than the timestamp you gave me. That timestamp, there wasn't there. It definitely wasn't anywhere near there. But thanks for letting me know there was another one in there, because that would have bothered the shit out of me. I did get it though.
Damages they made, and I sung songs about them to raise money to do it. They were unapologetic.
The deputies wanted AFROMAN to pay $3.9 million in damages.
We got about a total of 250 pieces given out. This is the last one, and I'd like to give it to you.
Supporters of AFROMAN coming from near and...
I want some lemon pound cake. Lemon pound cake. Is that even a real thing anyway? What does a lemon pound cake even look like? Like I saw one on there, but I feel like it might have been AI. Lemon pound cake. Oh shit, the song's just gonna come up. Lemon pound cake. Oh, it's round. Oh, that. Oh, okay. Oh, that look good. I want a lemon pound cake. Damn. Now mama want lemon pound cake. Lemon pound cake. A lemon pound cake. Ooh. Yes, honey. Is that a wig AFROMAN? I have no idea. It may not be. It may be. I don't know. I have no idea if that's a wig or not. Is as good a chance as it is as it ain't. Actually, I could probably, so let me see if I can find a picture of AFROMAN's hair before. I could tell you by his hairline if it would be or not. If he would be able to have enough hair to be that full. Let's see. AFROMAN hair before. Let's see. Oh yeah, it might be his. Yeah, I'm thinking it might. Yeah, it's looking like it's his. Yeah. Then again, AFROMAN full interview. Oh, here's a clear picture. Oh no. Let's see. No. It could be if he's trimming it right. Because before his ends were real thin. And you can't make your afro be like that if you got dead ends. It won't do it. It'll act crazy. It's all about the curls. You wouldn't think so, but it's the curl pattern that's causing that makes it so that you could do that. It's got to be completely dry, and you just separate all the hairs, and they dry in a natural state, and they just pick them out, and they'll hoop and holler together to completely encapsulate. But if you got any dead ends on the end, they'll be too straight and they'll fray off, and then you can see through it on the ends. The key to an afro is to have no thinny things on the ends. Yeah, I hope we get back to that one day where everybody, even the girls and stuff, wear afros. I hope we can get back to that. That was quite the stage back in the day where everybody, well, all wore the afros and shit. Good times. Good times. Anytime you need it. Oh. It's looking like it, though. From the pictures I'm finding, it's looking like it might be. But when I see it on him, it looks so, like now, it looks so not. But I don't know. I can't say for sure. I definitely can't say for sure. Yep. Okay. Oh, anywhere. Afro wig, anywhere. Anywhere that has wigs has an afro wig. Afro wigs are very easy to come by. I mean, you can get them from a freaking, like a costume store even. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Ooh. Lemon pound cake. Let's see. Yeah, those were the good old days. Those were the good... What the fuck is that? What am I looking at here? What the fuck is this? Is this a chin? The chin, right? Oh, you see a picture and you can't identify what you're looking at. That's it looks like a man's head, but it's a turnip. Like I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Like, fuck that. Y'all gotta see this. Hold on a second. I got to save the image. Y'all gotta see this because I don't know what I'm looking at here. Hold on. Y'all tell me what this is. Hold on a second. Cause mama can't tell what the fuck this is. Hold on. Gotta find me a free photo spot. What I got. What? All right, Afro Man. I might have to take yours. Picture. Let's go quick access. Oh, I guess it didn't go there. Okay. Well, you gonna make me go the long way? Oh, that's fucked up. You gonna make me... Oh, hell no. You gonna make me search for it, bitch? You wrong for that. I hate that. I can't tell where something goes. I save it and I don't know where the fuck it went. So how y'all doing tonight? I'm gonna show y'all this and then I'm gonna... Oh, you gonna make me... You know what? Oh, I hate that. I can't express to y'all enough how much I hate this. That is some straight BS. It should be in the quick access. It's the last thing I fucking took a picture of. That's something. Oh, fine. I'll do it the other way. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Save. All right. Here we go. Look at this thing. Y'all tell me what y'all think this is.